Hello students, welcome to Ma'am and Me Academy. I am your mathematics educator Bipul Babu, and today what are we going to study? We are going to study exercise 1.3. In the previous video we discussed all the examples related to this exercise, and today let us complete this exercise also. First question is, prove that root 5 is irrational, and this question is not new for you now, right? And it's very simple question. I have told you earlier also that they can change the number inside the square root and the question will remain the same only. Now let us begin this. What we'll do, we'll assume this as irrational or rational? Rational, right? We are using the contradiction method. So let us assume that root 5 is rational. Root 5 is rational. Okay, since we have assumed that root 5 is rational, that means we can represent root 5 in the form of p upon q, right? Therefore we can write root 5 equals to p upon q, where p and q are co-prime integers, See, this is the definition of rational number, right? Co-prime integers, and q is not equals to 0. Okay, this much is clear. It is very simple, just the definition of the rational number. Now what did I tell you? Just to cross multiply and rearrange, right? We'll cross multiply it, you'll get root 5q equals to p, right? And when we'll rearrange it, it will be p equals to root 5q. Then what is the next step? We'll square it, right? We'll square it. On squaring both sides, you'll get After squaring, you'll get p squared, right? P square equals to, the square of root 5 is 5 only. So you'll get 5 and q squared. Okay. Now, what conclusion can we draw from this very statement? That p square is divisible by 5, right? 5 divides p square. So we can write that this implies that 5 divides p square. Okay, 5 divides p square. And since you know that 5 is a prime number, right? Since 5 is a prime number, so therefore by theorem, the theorem which we have studied, right? Therefore, I'm writing the symbol, okay? Therefore, by theorem, we can say that 5 divides p, right? 5 divides p. If 5 divides p, that means we can write p equals to 5 into something, right? We can write that, this implies that let p equals to 5c. Okay, where c is some integer, Now, what we have to do? We have to substitute the value of p, right? In this statement. This is your first equation and we'll use this as second equation. Okay. So let us substitute the value of p. Okay, so when we'll put the value, we'll get 5c will be squared here. Okay, 5c will be squared equals to, you'll get 5q squared. After solving this, you'll get 25c squared equals to 5q squared, right? And we'll solve this, you'll get 5 5s are 25, and we'll write like this, q square equals to 5c squared. Okay, this is similar to this expression, p square equal to 5q square, right? So we can say that 5 divides q square. This implies that 5 divides q square. Okay, 5 divides q square, and since 5 is a prime number, therefore by theorem we can say that 5 divides q. Okay, and since 5 is a prime number, therefore by theorem we can say that 5 divides q. This will be your third statement, right? This will be your third statement. See, in the second statement it was written that 5 divides p. That means 5 divides p, that means 5 is a factor of p, right? And in the third statement it says 5 divides q. That means 5 is a factor of q. If we combine both these from second and third, what conclusion can we draw? we can draw a conclusion that 5 is a common factor of P and Q. 5 is a common factor of P and Q. We can write here 5 is a common factor. 5 is a common factor of P and Q. Now since 5 is a common factor of P and Q, can we say that P and Q are co-prime integers? No, because co-prime integers are those numbers which have 1 only in their common factor, okay, which has 1 as their common factor. We begin with P and Q are co-prime integers and we ended with that P and Q have a common factor 5 also. Other than 1, they have 5 as a common factor. That means our assumption is wrong, right? Our assumption is wrong. This implies that our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is wrong. Assumption is wrong. Since our assumption is wrong, what does this mean? This means that the statement given is true. This implies that root 5 is rational. Irrational. Okay, irrational. It is irrational. I hope now you have understood it very clearly. We can change the number inside the square root. You can change the number inside the square root and can try for yourself that whether you have understood this topic or not. Let us see the next question. Now let us see the second question, which says prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. Now this is a simpler kind of question. Why? Because it is a mixture of rational number and irrational number. That means it's a mixed form. Now what we will do in this type of question, we'll assume the same. Okay, we'll assume that 3 plus root 2 5 is rational. Okay, let us assume that 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational. And since we have assumed them to be a rational number, okay, we have assumed this number as a rational number, so we can write that 3 plus 2 root 5, therefore 3 plus 2 root 5 can be written as P upon Q, can be written as, okay, where P and Q are co-prime integers, and Q is not equals to 0, This much is okay. Now, what did I tell you? I told you that whenever you get a question of mixed form, mixed in the sense there is a rational number here and there is an irrational number here. Okay, that time what you have to do is that you have to separate the rational number and the irrational number. So let us separate the irrational number from the rational number. Let us bring 3 to the right hand side. So you get 2 root 5 equals to P upon Q minus 3. Okay, let us take the LCM here. You'll get 2 root 5 equals to P minus 3Q upon Q, right? And let us bring 2 to right hand side. You'll get root 5 equals to P minus 3Q upon 2Q. Okay, now you can see that P and Q are integers. P minus 3Q will be an integer. That means your numerator is integer and the denominator is integer. That means integer upon integer is rational number. So your right hand side will be a rational number and left hand side will be a irrational number. Can this be possible that an irrational number is equal to rational number? No, that means our assumption is wrong and the statement is right. So let us conclude this, or let us show them that this is a rational number. We can write that since P and Q are integers, this implies that P minus 3Q and 2Q. P minus 3Q and 2Q are integers, and we can say that P minus 3Q, hence you can say that P minus 3Q upon 2Q is rational. It is a rational number. And since but root 5 is irrational. Root 5 is irrational number. Okay. Now let us assume this as first equation. From first we can conclude that from first equation we get that irrational number, root 5 is an irrational number, no? So irrational number is equals to rational number. Okay, but this is not possible, but this is not possible. This is not possible. That means whatever we have assumed was wrong, है ना? But this is not possible. This implies that our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is wrong. If our assumption is wrong, that means this implies that 3 plus 2 root 5, 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. I hope you have understood this type of question. What we do is that you just remember the main point. Main point is that you have to separate the irrational number from the rational number. Then you will see that one side is irrational and the other side is rational, always in such type of questions. Okay, then you will say that this is not possible. The irrational number cannot be equal to a rational number. Hence, we can say that whatever we have assumed is wrong. So the statement given is true. Now let us see the third question, which is a similar type of question only, in which they have given you the mixed format. Okay. So I have decided to give you the third question as the today's homework. What is third question? Prove that the following are irrational. First part is 1 upon root 2. Second part is 7 root 5. Third part is 6 plus root 2. You can see that these are mixed type of question. This is a rational number 1 and root 2 is irrational. See, here 7 is rational number, root 5 is irrational. Here 6 is rational and root 2 is irrational. If you have any problem in solving this question, you can mail your query or your doubt in the PDF format on the email given on the screen. Okay, and if you have any problem for one-to-one classes, you can join our courses. And be safe, stay at home and study with Ma'am and Me Academy. I am your mathematics educator Bipul Babu, signing off.